Got it?
Yeah.
So we can capture the single column elements or multiple columns or entire table. Entire table. So the table means the number of rows and columns in a table, in a web page, in a web page is known as web table. Okay, web table. So the rows can be represented as tr. The columns can be represented as td, and the table can be represented as table. As table. Okay. So tr is for rows, td for columns, and the table for so entire which has been captured in your tip page itself. Now, when you go for this page timeanddate.com, here you can find the old zone, right? Your old clock, right? Now click on the old clock. There you can find the table. This is a static table which you cannot validate it. So you can capture a particular column or multiple columns, so you can get the entire table from this page itself, right? So this each and every when you want to capture that, so that will be identified in the form of HTML script. HTML script. So the script can be generated in the form of HTML. So for example, for example, I want to get the first column elements, right? In this first column elements, so if I capture a particular element from the first column, for example, I want to get this element or something like I want to get first this element, right? So here, is there any ID for this? Is there any ID?
Yes. No idea.
No ID. No ID, no name, nothing, right? So I'm going to right click on that, copy XPath. Okay.
Expert.
So I'm going to take the XPath for a particular element in the first column itself. See. So actually, this is called as I already told you, this is called as an absolute XPath. Absolute XPath will always start with an full address of the particular object which start with a slash HTML. Start with a slash HTML. So here the HTML tag is with the when you capture particular element in the column, this will be identified with the number of row number and the column number. So if you observe in this XPath, here kind shows that TR4 and TD2, TD1, right? That means that TR is a fourth row, right? Fourth row, first column. Have you observed this?
Yeah.
Fourth row, first column.
First column.
Okay. Now, similarly, if I capture one more element in the same column, if I capture the same element from the element, I will capture this element. Right? So I'll go with the XPath, copy XPath. Just I'm going to here up. See. So what is changing out in this XPath?
Row.
Row is been changing out. See, have you observed this? And the column remains constant, right?
Mm.
And only the rows have been changing out. Now, what I will do is I will split that into two components. So I'll take from HTML up to the square bracket that will take as a string A. So what is my scenario is I want to get the first column element from this table. Okay. Okay. So here what is changing out in this both of you, if you observe this to XPath, only the TR is changing out and TD is remain constant, right? So what I'll do, I'll take as a So from this HTML, from the square HTML, up to the square bracket is constant, right? Okay, madam?
Yeah.
Up to this is
Hmm.
constant. So that I'll take as a string A. And string B, I'm going to take from the closing square bracket to this end. That I will consider as a string B. Okay. So
B.
string B equal to that's all. Now what is changing out I value? I will consider these elements as a I value, rows as a I value. How many rows are there? So if you want to capture the last element from this table, so just when you capture the last element from this first column, so it shows that just right click on that, copy XPath, and I'm going to save it out and so what is the last column element?
Last row is 36.
36 rows, madam. So I'll take that as per int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 36,
36.
I
6 I plus
that
plus.
I'll take as a rows. Now, so I'm going to take string C equal to D dot find element of by dot XPath of
X
A
path of
plus I
A
plus
plus B.
dot get text. So I want to
Get
get the text present in this. Okay, now? Got
okay.
it? So what I'm going to do,
Yeah.
I'm going to split the constant value from the XPath from the slash HTML to the 12 square bracket, close opening square bracket. That I'm going to take as a string A, and the remaining element I'm going to take as a string B. Now I want to get the number of rows, mean that I want to read all the rows from the first column itself. So for that, for I equal to 1, I less than equal to 36, I plus plus. And I want to get the text present in that first column elements. So for that, I'm going to use string C equal to D dot find element of by dot XPath of. So what is the A value? A value A plus I
Plus
plus
A
B value.
plus B.
B value. Okay. So I'm going to
Yeah.
get the get text present there. So I'm going to use system dot out dot println of C.
C.
So automatically you'll get the first column element from the table. First column element from the table. Now just I'm going to use that. So I'm going to create a XPath for that. So I'm going to create a new class. We already created a new class. Okay. We'll go with that. So right click on the package or sorry, right click on the project, go to new, click on the package. So I'm going to use web element. Sorry, web page will make
It's
as
table.
web table.
Web table.
Already is there. Web table 1. Click finish. Under the web table, right click on that. Go to new. Click on the class. Mention as first column. First column. Public static void main. Click finish. So under that, I'm going to use system dot
System dot
set
set
property of web driver
driver dot chrome
dot driver
driver
comma d colon double slash chrome driver dot exe.
C.
So I'm going to use chrome driver d equal to new chrome driver d dot get. So I'm going to use the URL of this page. So I want to get the URL of this page. Sorry. D dot manage dot window dot maximize.
Maximize.
Now once it is maximized, now it's changed to set property. Now similarly change it to Chrome driver watch dot open case. Sorry. Success. That's it. Okay. Now after that I want to split that string. So I'm going to use string A equal to. So what I'm going to do, I'll take that part as from HTML part 2 up to the square bracket that I'll take as a string A, right? So Similarly, string B equal to from the square bracket to till the end, I'm going to take as a string B, right? Now after that, I'm going to use for I int I equal to 1, I less than or
I less
equal to
than
36 columns.
36.
36 rows are there, right? In the first column. Okay, I'm going to make as I plus plus. Now under that, I'm going to take one more string C equal to, that is X path, right? So find element of by dot X path of A plus I plus
Plus
B dot get text. So I'm going to get the text of that element. So I'm going to system dot out dot println of C. Save the file, run as. Okay, ma'am.
yeah.
This is the first column elements.
So from that Chrome page to come directly to the Eclipse, we need to give that d dot close, huh?
No. To get that, to do that close, no, ma'am. That is a console, no? System dot out dot println, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
See,
values will be printed in the console.
yeah. From directly web page to come to this console.
You no need to close the window. No need to close d dot close. That's all. See,
Okay.
you got it. D dot close is to close the browser. That's all, right? To get that elements, we use system dot out dot println, right? So if you use this to print that value, that will automatically stored in your console, right?
Yeah. And if we give it after system.println to close the window, then it will automatically come to Eclipse, right?
No. That window will be closed. Browser will be closed. That's all.
Oh, yeah, that browser will be closed.
Yeah, browser will be closed, madam. That values already we use system dot out dot println C na. So whatever they've been captured, that values will be console display automatically console display అయిపోతుంది.
Okay.
విండో క్లోజ్ చేయడానికి డి డాట్ క్లోజ్ అని ఇస్తాం. ఆ వాల్యూస్ దీనిలో డిస్ప్లే చేయడానికి క్లోజ్ అని రాదు, రైట్?
అది అర్థమైంది. మనకి ఇప్పుడు మనకి అది వాల్యూ వచ్చింది అని తెలవాలి అంటే ఐ మీన్ లైక్ బ్రౌజర్ లో ఎంతసేపు ఉండడము అది అనేసి.
అదే
సో
మనం
మన డి డాట్
అక్కడ మనకి మీరు ఒకటి మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. అంటే లోడ్ అవుతుంది, పేజ్ లోడ్ అవుతుంది, రైట్? ద పేజ్ ఈజ్ లోడింగ్ అవుట్. దేర్ వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ఇంప్లిసిట్ ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కొన్ని, రైట్? లేదు అంటే థ్రెడ్ డాట్ స్లీప్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, ఇట్ విల్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ 2 seconds అండ్ వన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ లోడెడ్ దెన్ ద ఆల్మెంట్స్ స్టోర్ చేసిన తర్వాత క్లోజ్ అయిపోతుంది. అట్లా మీరు టైం ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు, టైం ఫంక్షన్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చు. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, ఇది ఓన్లీ ఫస్ట్ కాలమ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. సార్ ఐ వాంట్ టు గెట్ దీస్ ఎలిమెంట్స్, ఇవి కూడా కావాలి నాకు. హౌ డు గెట్? I want to get the third column elements also. First column elements, third column elements. These are all static values. మీకు static values రావు. ఎందుకండి అంటే థర్డ్ కాలమ్ సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాం అనుకోండి 1 and 3, then automatically second column elements also will be displayed. You don't need to capture it separately. Okay? If I want to get the third column elements, what to do? 1 and 3 కావాలి నాకు. 1, 2, 3 అన్ని కావాలి. So how do you do that?
ఇక్కడ రో దగ్గర 3 ఇవ్వాలి. ఐ లూప్ ఫర్ లూప్ లో 3 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి.
థర్డ్ రో నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, థర్డ్ కాలమ్ కాదు. దిస్ అ కాలం కదా అది. మీ థర్డ్ రే అంటే ఇక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. అర్థమైందా? ఇక్కడ 0 1 2 3 ఇక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది.
Okay.
I ఈక్వల్ టు 3
No.
అన్నట్టే. బట్ మనం కాలం కదా, కాలం వాల్యూస్ కావాలి కదా.
Okay.
We need to take one more row for one more loop for column, right?
Yeah.
We took only for rows. So now we are working. Now the column values is also changing out. So in that case, what we can do, we can take one more for loop for columns also. Okay, na? చూడండి. So I want to get the third column elements, right? So if you go for this particular, if I will capture a particular element from this column, madam. Okay, I'll take a particular element from this column. So I'll take the X path for this, copy X path, right? So I'm going to take the X path. Okay. This is the first column, okay, na? First column elements. And I'm going to take the third column elements. Third column elements, right? Third column elements. See, now what is the changing out here? It's been changing the row value as well as the column values, right? Have you observed this? So the
Yeah.
both rows and the columns has been changing out, right? The previously when you capture the first column, it's been changed only the column value. First row value has been changed out. చూసారు కదా, ఓన్లీ రోస్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, కానీ ఇక్కడ చూస్తున్నప్పుడు కాలం కూడా చేంజ్ అయిపోతుంది.
Okay.
So what we can do? So I will take that up to the square bracket. I'll take that as a string A. Okay, madam? I'll take as a string A equal to
String A.
that part will be a string A, right? Now from the square bracket to up to this part, I'll take as a string B. Okay, na? That I will take as a string B equal
String
to.
B.
Now, what is remaining out? This part, square bracket. That I'm going to take as a string C. String C.
C.
Now, so what we can do? So this value will be the I value for rows and this for columns. Columns.
J.
Okay? So what I can do, I can make if int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 36. Same number of rows in that first column is, for all the columns the rows will be the same, right? So we don't need to change the I values. So I value less than or equal to 1 and I mention as I plus plus, right? Now, when you come to the column value, so the column value is also changing out. Previously, when you capture the first column elements, the column is constant, but the row values have been changing out, right? So in that case, we use only one for loop for rows. Now here the column is also changing out. Now what we can do, we can take one more for loop for columns. Okay. So for int j equal to 1, j less than or equal to how many columns you want? 3 columns.
3 columns.
3 columns.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take as a string some variable already ABC taken. D1 equal to D dot find element of by dot X path of A plus I plus B plus J plus
B plus J plus C.
J plus C, madam. Okay. Dot get text. Dot get text. So now I'm going to use system dot out dot println D1. That's all. Automatically now you'll get the 3 column elements. You'll get the 3 column elements. So for that, just I'm going to create a right click on the package, go to new, click on the class, and I'm going to mention multiple columns. Public static void main, click finish. So here I'm going to use system dot set property of WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver D colon, just mention the Chrome driver dot exe. So after that, D dot get, so I'm going to
Chrome driver. D equal to new Chrome driver. D.
so I want to get the URL of this page. Now change it to Chrome driver, open case Selenium. So what is the error we are getting out here? So closing bracket. Now, so after that I need to get the first column. So I'll go with that and I'll capture one element. Right click on that, copy XPath.
Copy XPath.
So that I'll take as a, okay, and that make, so I'll do it. So this part I want to take as a, so up to the square bracket, that I'll take as a string A, okay?
A.
String A equal to, similarly string B equal to, so from the square bracket to, so from the square bracket to this part,
Square bracket to TD.
I'll take as a string B. String B equal to, now similarly string C equal to, so what is the part I need to go? You need to go with the remaining which element is been left out constant value, that I will take as a, okay madam?
Yeah.
Now string D1 equal to D dot, oh I need to go for loop, right? We need to take for rows and number of columns, right? So for that I'm going to for int I equal to 1,
Int equal to 1, I
to
less
36, I plus
I
plus.
plus.
So similarly for int j equal
Int
to 1, j less than or equal
j
to
then
3,
equal to 3,
j plus
J
plus.
plus.
Now I'm going to system dot out dot println a d dot
By
find
the
element of by dot
by
XPath
text
a plus
plus
I
I
plus b plus
B plus
plus
J plus
j plus c dot get text.
Z text.
Okay, madam? Dot get text.
Yeah.
Dot get text.
సార్ రాసుకుంటాము ఎగ్జామ్ పెట్టేస్తాము
So d dot find element of d. So what is it? I'm mentioning as that is string 7. Okay, ma'am. String lo కదా మనకు ఇవ్వాల్సింది, right?
Yeah.
We need to give them in string, right? System dot out dot.
System dot out dot printer. So directly కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు కదా system dot out dot println d dot find element of.
Sorry, you are asking me just, okay, I'll do one thing. So if I'm giving like this, right?
Instead of the system
okay.
dot out
Okay.
dot.
Okay. I'll show you what is the difference between these two. So get text system dot c1 string c1, not string c1. So what you said? You said system dot out dot println, right? System dot out dot println of D dot, right? So this is the thing which we
Yeah.
need to get that. Save the file. So what is the error? We'll get it out.
I think you need to close the bracket. No, not here. At the end.
So D dot find element, 2 elements, madam, 3 elements, madam. 3. So see, we can't close it here. The get text is a part, there's a function, right? This is the locator, right?
Okay.
Okay, we can't close that end of that. So this won't accept it. There is a part of the method. That's an separate method which are going to use for this locator, right? So we need to close this,
Okay.
right? So and in the system dot out dot println, whatever the things you know you need to use, that will be the address of that locator. It won't print the values. You got it, madam?
Yeah.
See, you can't give this kind of messages inside the system dot out dot println. It is not a variable, right? It is not a variable. It is not a value, right? And inside that we can't give any function in C. We can't give function this. Observe this.
Yeah.
So it won't print in this manner.
Okay.
So what we can do, we can store them in a variable, and that variable we can print. Okay, no?
Yeah.
Okay, madam? See. First row.
But
Row wise printed, madam. Row wise ka print out. First row. Second row.
okay.
Okay, ఎలా print అవుతుంది? It won't print directly, madam. See, first it will complete the first row. ఈ ఫస్ట్ రో ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ ప్రింట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఈ 3 rows print.
Okay.
Next it will print second row, third row, fourth row. In that way,
Okay.
we are not printing the table. We are printing the table values, right? So it will be in this format.
Yeah. Oh, what is this wed? Okay.
Which one? Wednesday, madam. Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah. We have given the day also. Huh?
See 1 2 3 columns. 1 2 3 columns లో ఇది కూడా ఉందిగా. సెకండ్ కాలమ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి కదా మేడం. సెకండ్ కాలమ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ స్టాటిక్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ కదా, ఇవి స్టాటిక్.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So 1 2 3 it will print 1 2 3. Okay na? Now if you want to print the entire table, what we can do? Number of columns, 8 columns, right?
4.
So instead of
Yeah, 8 of 10.
that's all.
8.
The entire table will be printed.
If you want to get it in a table format,
We can't print the table from it, madam. Right? That's what I'm saying. So we need to use one more string function. System.out.println /n/n. We need to give /n quotations and with.
With.
Okay, na? So that's entirely different. So just for the time being, we'll see this part. Now, once you come to that real time, we'll show
Okay.
you to work on that.
Okay.
What is the error we are getting out, madam?
Null.
See, what we have mentioned. Did we close the window? So window is being closed out. That's why it is not showing out. Right? Window close అయిపోయింది. చూడండి. Okay, madam?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how to get the entire table values. Number of rows and number of columns you can print it. Okay, madam? Any doubt?
Yeah. No.
Now I'll give one more scenario for you, madam. You try to work on that. Toolsqa.com. Under the toolsqa.com, you try to work on the web table. I'll show you one table. So go to the demo site. Under the demo site, here you can find forms. Under the forms, you can find have you seen web table, madam?
Yeah.
What you need to do, ma'am? I need to capture the entire table, madam. I want to get the entire table. First, you try to get first column elements. Try to get the second column elements. Try to get the third column elements. Okay, na? Can you try?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Only till this, right? Till department.
Yeah. Till department. And you can also delete that. This element also has been recognized. See.
Okay.
You can get the first column elements, this column elements. Header. This is your header file. Okay, if you want to get the entire table, see. Try chestara.
Yeah, I'll try it.
First column, second, I want to get the second column, third column, fourth, fifth, sixth columns. I want to get